Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It is war. Literally, right? Ripple's top lawyer says the SEC has declared war on crypto. I have to agree. It is brutal out there at the moment. I mean, there are already talks about potentially Cardano being on the radar. Next, we heard, of course, throughout yesterday that eToro will be taking it off its platform, and one of the main reasons could be because of the staking inside Cardano. That will be likely the reason why the SEC goes after them. But it is war, and it's not just the SEC that has war on crypto. It's governments. It's anyone who feels threatened by what DeFi, blockchain can do. And so these are going to be very, very interesting times. And what I recommend to you is to keep a very, very, very close eye on what is going on in your country, around the world, just in general, to make sure that you're not caught out. Because obviously, with the channel and the audience, you're all from all over the world, in all different parts of the world. And so I know in Australia we seem to be okay at the moment, but there are some countries looking at making some very interesting moves against crypto. So be mindful of that, right? But the SEC does, it's got a real chip on its shoulders at the moment when it comes to crypto. You got some statements that it looks like it's pro or even slightly pro crypto, and then it just comes out and does stupid things. In the case of SEC versus Ripple, of course, we're waiting patiently for December 6th to see what the outcomes of that are. We saw what Brett Garlinghouse was saying yesterday. Very positive news. Of course, it is positive. But really, we're waiting now for that December 6th update, which will not impact the price updates that I'm about to give you today, as far as about where we're going and how we're going to get there. But Ripple CEO says that he plans to hire hundreds after a blockbuster year. So Ripple has had a blockbuster year with on-demand liquidity expansion and MENA traction, and they're gearing up to hire a few hundred people next year to fuel the growth. So Ripple's on a roll. The blockchain specialist continues to expand its footprint across the globe with new institutional partners and new products powered by XRP, all while in the middle of make or break XRP lawsuit with the SEC. The company, like I mentioned on a few occasions in the last couple of weeks, the year that it's had is phenomenal. It's really, 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 really had a strong year. Like a really strong year as an organization. The price is not reflecting that, of course, because of the lawsuit that is currently going on. But as a year, it's had a really, really, really big year. And of course, we spoke about Palau developed digital currency strategy, and we spoke about that yesterday. And it's just the tip of the iceberg for me about what is going to happen in next year when it comes to all the things that Ripple have done this year. Really, 2022 is really when we're going to start to see this organization really kick some major goals and surprise a lot of people out there in the marketplace. And it is going to be very, 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 very exciting to see that. Now, Palau partners Ripple on national stablecoin using the XRP ledger. We saw this yesterday, and it is, of course, making huge headways out there into all corners of the world. And we'll keep a close eye on things like this. Now, Ripple co-founder Jed McCaleb hasn't sold XRP in 3 months, and he still holds 730 million. Now, interesting. He sold, right? He was religious at it. Now, out of nowhere, nothing. Hasn't sold a single cent. I mean, I get it. For me, personally, what looks, he's waiting for the case to be over and then he can sell it at a higher price. So that to me looks like the way that we're going, and the kind of traction that we're gonna expect from him. Would I do the same if I was him? Yeah, of course. I mean, of course, you wait for the price to finally break out and break all-time highs, and then sell more. So, but it is interesting that he finally stopped. So what does he know that we don't know? But we will keep a close eye if he starts to sell again. Now, when we are talking about prices and we look at, where we're going on the weekly charts, what are we? One more week? One more week away? Something like that? We're not far. We're not far from this weekly formation coming to an end. Maybe this can get extended by one more. So say 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks away. But we are not far, and this has to go up or it has to go down. And the way that this has been built over all these weeks, right? Each candle is just 1 week. We're ready. We really are ready for that takeoff, and this is with or without the SEC. Like, this has got nothing to do with the case, right? But we're not far. We're not far away at all. Now, regulatory riddle, an investigation into the SEC versus Ripple case and its consequences for crypto. What is this? There's some music playing. There we go. The rapidly expanding crypto business is attracting regulatory scrutiny from the SEC. So, Fox Business have come out with their own article breaking down the case and how it's going and all the things that have occurred in it. Now, it's interesting that Fox Business to do this and, to make such an in-depth article. As you can see, this Fox Business investigation is quite in-depth, right? So I highly encourage you to go and check it out. Foxbusiness.com, SEC Ripple Crypto Future Blockchain. And this goes in depth. Like, this is a big document. And it goes on and on and on and on. And it really is a full detailed article on the whole case so far and everything that has been going on in it. I think it's quite interesting. Definitely go check it out. It's on Fox Business, SEC Ripple Crypto Future Blockchain. And I'm not going to obviously go through and read it all for you, but I think that this is worthwhile taking the time, especially if you're new to XRP and you really want to get a breakdown of everything that has happened in one document. It's just really cool stuff. Like, I think they've done a really top job in the way that they've built it and the way that they've made it. This would have taken ages to make at this level. So definitely go check it out because I think it would be worthwhile. Let's jump into it, Tony. Let's have a look at some indicators. Now, as we begin to look today, we're looking at the moment right now on the daily, on the hourly. And when we look at the hourly, we're looking at the moment, like, the volume that has been going through is nothing. There has been no action at all happening at the moment, right? It's just sitting there waiting for a move to happen. So I wanted to show you the hourly because there is no action at all. Now, we're seeing a slight move on Bitcoin, like 1.50%, but nothing at all. Now, when we look at how low we went, we look at the 4 hour, we went as low as $1. That was about 16 hours ago. Now, that was lower than the 103 that we touched on a couple of occasions. And I'll show you what I mean when we go into the 12 hour. So on the 12 hour, you can see that we were at, we went all the way up to $1.06. We've touched now on we touched $1.01, and now we're down to $1. We're back a little bit up to $1.03. But really, as I've stated, no move. At the moment, there has been no move, no action, because we're just simply waiting to see, do we dip lower and go into that 97 cents, which will be the moving average 200, or is this going to be the bottom and we go up? Right now, from an indicator point of view, it's exactly as yesterday. We are simply waiting for a move. Now, for those of you concerned, because obviously you haven't seen the price move in a little bit, like, zoom out and your worries go away. Does not apply just to XRP. This applies to VeChain. This applies to Zilliqa. I know you contact me and you private message me and you find me and you ask me, hey, are you worried? Hey, are you concerned? Hey, why isn't it moving? Why has this happened? Why has that not happened? I personally sleep like a baby because I look at things, I zoom out, and I'm patient. You will not move the market with your thoughts. So quit stressing. Time and patience. Look at all the doubters that doubted CRO. There was so many people in April that bought CRO because somebody told them that it was going to go up in 1 month. Now, of course, it's taken 5 months, 6 months to go, but it has gone. And when it did go, it did make a 9x. So patience. Good projects with great technicals, great fundamentals, great teams, great partnerships will move, and they will move fast. But you just need to have a bit of patience. Now, when we do break and we break out, it's not going to be, straight away. We will move like this, but it will come, and it will come around pretty quickly. So just expect, this sort of pattern to move, but of course we need to go above $1.35, consolidate above $1.35, and then we start to move to 175. But again, when we look at where we're going right now, the retest, the accumulation that we're having, and then where we go from here, the first target will be to break the previous all-time high, and then consolidate for a little bit, and then we continue to move forward. Now, when we look at the overlay, this overlay looks very similar to what we're about to experience, which is we're about to experience some massive candles because you saw the weekly chart. You saw the weekly chart that I showed you earlier. We are not far. We are not far from a massive double-digit break. And when we look and analyze and see things and the way that things are going to move, your patience will be rewarded. And it's not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, but I just wanted to come out and say, zoom out, be patient, because amazing things are coming. If you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like or subscribe button. As always, thank you. Look forward to see you on the next one.